Hello, everyone, and welcome to the FEMA IPAWS TSSF webinar recording. Today we have Jonathan, who will be presenting CommandCentral Notify, showing us how to send an IPAWS alert with that software. Before we begin, just a disclaimer. The Integrated Public Alert and Warning System vendor demonstrations are intended to increase state and local emergency management agencies' awareness of vendor products and IPAWS capabilities. The webinar provides an overview of the interoperability of these systems with IPAWS Open and will include vendor presentations of their products. FEMA IPAWS Program Management Office encourages and facilitates these discussions of products and tools, but it does not endorse any specific vendor's product. This webinar is for educational purposes only. Once again, the presentation for CommandCentral Notify will be by the product manager, Jonathan Sullivan. Jonathan, I'll go ahead and make you the presenter.
Great, thanks for having me today. I'll share my screen quickly and we'll get started. Can you see my screen okay?
Yep, everything looks good over here.
Excellent. Hello, everyone, and thank you for watching this demonstration. My name is Jonathan Solomon, and I'm the product manager for our mass notification products here at Motorola Solutions. CommandCentral Notify is our newest mass notification solution. It's used to rapidly deliver critical information to community members, employees, businesses, and emergency responders, helping to prevent injuries, save lives, and minimize damage and disruptions. Before we jump into our IPAWS demonstration, I'd like to provide some background on who we are and why we're here today. In the 1980s, we pioneered the mass notification industry as a company named Dialogic Communications Corporation, or DCC. We built the first notification systems for the nuclear industry after the 3 Mile Island disaster demonstrated the need for high-speed emergency notification technology. We joined the Motorola Solutions family in 2018. Over the years, we've been successful at supporting our customers through historic events, such as the 9/11 terrorist attacks, Hurricane Katrina, the COVID-19 pandemic, and much, much more. CommandCentral Notify is built on Motorola Solutions' CommandCentral platform. This platform also delivers other mission-critical services, such as CAD, Next Generation 911, situational awareness, real-time video, and much more. Here at Motorola Solutions, we focus on 2 key segments within the mass notification market space: public safety mass notification and employee notification and team mobilization. We provide services to marquee public safety customers like Greater Harris County, City of Dallas, Westchester County, New York, federal and enterprise customers like FEMA, NASA, Boeing, Motorola, and State Farm. Our customers use the CommandCentral Notify solution to prepare for, respond to, and recover from a crisis. In the preparation phase, they're implementing the solution and preparing for different types of risk that may impact their community or organization. They're training key staff who are tasked with using the solution when a crisis occurs. During the response phase, the system is used to launch notifications in response to a crisis in order to send critical information to the impacted areas and teams. And during the recovery phase, the system is used to send follow-up notices to aid in the recovery efforts and to document the results of various notifications for future analysis. Today, I'd like to demonstrate a broadcast notification through IPAWS in response to a fast-moving wildfire. I will assume the role of a dispatch supervisor. I've received information about a deadly wildfire spreading rapidly in an area of my jurisdiction known as Glen Cove. Now I'm going to move over to the live CommandCentral Notify application where I'm already logged in and ready to go. Now that I'm in the CommandCentral Notify solution, I'm going to go to our scenarios module. Scenario is a predefined notification plan that can be launched quickly when an emergency event occurs. So I'm going to load up my scenarios, and I already have a template created for a wildfire evacuation. I just need to update this template with incident-specific details before I send out the launch. So now I've opened up my template and I'm going to update information such as the exact location where this crisis is occurring. So first I'm going to update the name here and put in southwest of Glen Cove is where this fire evacuation needs to occur. I can adjust my IPAWS profile. This lets me send to the IPAWS training system, but if this was a live alert, I would choose an option for the IPAWS live environment. As a software vendor, I don't actually have access to the live environment. If I was to choose a live environment as a customer, I would see a big red banner across this page saying you are sending to the IPAWS live environment. Next, I'm going to define the geographic area of my notification. I've already pre-selected my FIPS code here for Davidson County in Nashville, Tennessee, but I want to further define the area of this notification using the map. So I'm going to go into the map, and inside the map, I have a set of user-friendly drawing tools so that I can create polygons and other shapes on the map. In this case, I'm going to use a predefined area to define the geographic area of this IPAWS alert. And I'm going to send it to my West Davidson County IPAWS predefined area here. Now you see I've selected that area on the map, and I can move forward within the IPAWS workflow. Now that I've selected my FIPS code and defined my geographic area, I can define which channels I'm going to use, in this case, WIA, EAS, and NWEM. I have a whole variety of settings associated with WIA alerting, such as event code for a fire warning. This is an imminent threat. I also have already preset my urgency, severity, certainty, and my recommended action of evacuating. I've also preset this expiration for 1 hour. Now I'm going to define both the WIA message as well as the EAS message. And in the WIA message, I'm just going to update this to include the location of this specific incident here, southwest of Glen Cove. I've updated the WIA short message. I'm going to update the WIA long message here. And in the WIA long message, I'm also going to indicate the wind or the direction that this wildfire is moving, that it's moving in the east direction. I could also make these same updates in the EAS message, but I'm simply going to use this option to copy from the WIA message. And the information from the WIA message is quickly copied down to the EAS message as a headline and description. I could also update my WIA EAS instructions. Once I'm happy with all of the information filled out within this scenario, I can choose an option to launch this notification. So I'm going to choose launch. I see a preview screen, which reviews all the information I filled out within the workflow, and then I enter a launch PIN code. If this was live, my launch PIN code would be live, and I would see another big red banner on this pop-up screen letting me know I'm about to launch into a live mode. I'm going to confirm my IPAWS launch, and now the solution is quickly disseminating this information to the impacted population. I land here on my detail screen, which shows me several important pieces of information. It shows me that I've successfully sent to WIA, I've successfully sent to the EAS, and I've successfully sent to the NWEM system.
Okay, Jonathan. Back here at the Technical Support Services Facility. We're just confirming again that your alert did go off.
Following counties or areas: Davidson, Tennessee, at 11:50 a.m. on Feb 30th, 2022, effective until 12:58 p.m. The fire is threatening life and property in the area southwest of Glen Cove in Davidson County, moving east. Evacuate now and monitor local media for more information. Evacuate immediately.
Great.
Thank you. All right, Jonathan, back to you.
So you can see how we show the status of the various alerts here with WIA, EAS, and NWEM. You can also review the information content that you've sent out, the message and the various settings that were included within the notification. And you can also see the geographic area that was included within the notification here on the map. So now this fire has been going for over almost an hour, and we want to update the duration of this IPAWS alert because we only set it for an hour. So I'm going to go here to this option to update my IPAWS notification, and I want to scroll.
Jonathan, can you share your screen again?
I will.
Great. You're in view.
So this is the screen that displays once I've launched an IPAWS notification and shows the status of the various alerts. We want to go ahead and update this notification to extend the duration. We set it for 1 hour, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to extend this expiration for 4 hours. And then I'm going to choose the option to update the IPAWS notification. I also want to change a detail in the message that it's now moving the direction northeast. I'll choose the option to launch this update. I put in my launch PIN code again for training, and then I'm going to choose the option to update the notification. The solution is now repushing this information to the IPAWS infrastructure. And on this review screen, I now see that I have sent update 1. Update 1 has additional information like the updated change to my message, and I can view here that expiration is now set to 4 hours. Maybe after another hour or two, I receive word that this fire is now under control and we want to go ahead and close and cancel out this IPAWS notification. So I'll choose the option here to cancel the notification, and then I will confirm the cancellation. Once the IPAWS notification has been canceled, I'm also returned back to this screen, but I can see the status has gone to completed. A couple of other key pieces of information that I have here on this screen. I have a timeline where I can view when I started the original workflow, when I did the original launch, the date and time of the update, as well as when I did the cancellation. So it gives me a timeline of all the key events. And when I do each of these launches and cancellations, the system receives various codes back from the FEMA IPAWS system, and I capture these codes in a launch log, and this information can be utilized in the future for examining or troubleshooting. So now you see how quickly and easy it is to launch a pre-built scenario in response to a crisis incident, such as a wildfire evacuation, using the CommandCentral Notify solution. What I'd like to do is walk through how you would create that scenario. So I'm going to go to my scenarios module, and I'm going to use this option to create a new IPAWS scenario. And in this case, we're going to create a scenario that we can launch every month for the IPAWS required monthly test. So I'm going to give that scenario a name, IPAWS required monthly test. I'm going to choose my profile. In this case, I'm going to choose that training profile. It connects to the IPAWS system. That green checkbox is giving me an affirmative that I've connected to IPAWS. Also can show me the date of the expiration on my IPAWS certificate. I set the FIPS code. In this case, I have access to a number of different FIPS codes, and I'll include both Davidson and Williamson County in this required monthly test. I can set a geographic area that's utilized for this test. So I can come in here and I can utilize my, I can assign a pre-built area to my scenario template here. So I'll use that same Western Davidson County area. And once I've selected my polygons, I'll click Done. And then I move on to those channel and settings areas. So in this case, I'm just going to send this required monthly test to WIA. I'm going to set my event code as required monthly test. The WIA type is then WIA test, and the category, in this case, it'll be a security. The urgency must be immediate or expected. The severity is going to be extreme or severe. Certainty will be observed or likely. And then I'm just going to recommend an action of monitor the situation. We'll leave this 1 hour expiration, and then we'll enter our WIA message. So here I have a WIA message for this IPAWS monthly test. I'll enter that 90-character message, and then I have a longer 360-character message as well. And for this test, I'm also going to include the Spanish option. So I have a Spanish translation of the same test message that I'm going to include here for the WIA Spanish message. I'm not including an EAS channel here, so I'm only prompted for entering the WIA message and not the EAS message. When I'm happy with how I've set up this scenario template, I simply click Save to save that scenario. Now, I could proceed to the launch process right here from this review screen, or anytime in the future when I want to come in and launch my required monthly test. I come to my scenarios module, I find my required monthly test, I choose the option to proceed to launch. I can preview and review any of these various settings, and when I'm happy with those settings, I click Launch, enter that familiar launch code here. I can confirm the launch, and the message is quickly sent out to the IPAWS platform, allowing you to do your monthly test requirement, which is required to maintain your IPAWS certification. So now you see how quickly and easy it is to both launch a notification as well as build a pre-prepared scenario for launching in the future. So with that, that's the end of my pre-planned demonstration, and we can move on to our question and answer session.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. Make myself the presenter again. All right, Jonathan, so a few questions. I'm just going to ask two. What kind of training and support do you offer with CommandCentral Notify?
Okay, so for support, which is critical when you're running a mission critical application, we have our 24-hour, 365-day-a-year centralized support and managed services organization here within Motorola and CommandCentral. So whenever you need us, we'll be there for you. For training, we have a variety of training options. So number one, we have pre-recorded web training, which walks through each of the modules of the software, and you can kind of do that at your own pace. And then we have internet-based live training with an emergency notification expert, which can train you and your staff on how to utilize the solution and various best practices. And then we also have in-person training, so you can come to our facility where we have professional training labs, or we can have a training specialist come to your facility and you can host the training at your location if needed.
Thank you. All right, and last question. How can agencies get more information on CommandCentral Notify and possibly get a demo of the full solution?
So for an agency to get more information, they could go to our Motorola Solutions website and search for CommandCentral Notify. But also, what I'd like to do is display some information about how to contact our sales team. Do you mind if I share my screen real quick?
Sure.
You'll have to pass me presenter back. So on our screen, I have information about our sales leads, Chris Leonard, who covers the West and Southwest, Southeast, and Bill Carmen, who covers Central and Northeast territories. And so if you would like more information and to receive a demonstration of CommandCentral Notify, feel free to contact Chris Leonard or Bill Carmen, and they'll be happy to assist you.
Well, thank you so much, Jonathan, for spending time with us today to go over this software.
Thank you. I really appreciate the time and all the support that FEMA has given us over the years to make this program successful.
All right, and thank you guys for tuning in.